Oh, honey, you won't believe what's been going down behind the velvet ropes of Hollywood's inner circle. Meghan Markle, yes, that Meghan, just got hit with a cold, hard reality check. And it wasn't just any snub. It came from her supposed longtime BFF, Serena Williams. Can you imagine? After all those years of public love fests, those warm Instagram captions, and red carpet hugs, poof! It's like Meghan's invite got lost in the mail. But everyone knows it didn't, because Serena just hosted a super exclusive, ultra-private girls' trip to Lake Como, and guess what? Meghan was not invited. Oh, and make no mistake, this wasn't some oops, forgot to text you moment. No, darling. According to people in the know, this was intentional, painfully intentional. The Lake Como getaway was all hand-picked. Serena wanted calm, clean energy. Women who are all about grace, wealth, success, and zero chaos. And among those sipping rosé on a yacht, Emma Thin, the Marchioness of Bath. Yes, her. The stunning, regal, effortlessly elegant Emma. The first black marchioness in British history, no less. She's everything Meghan once tried so hard to be. Sophisticated, half-black, perfectly poised. Except Emma doesn't need to make noise. She simply exists. Meanwhile, Meghan? Let's just say her name tends to show up in headlines that make people roll their eyes more than bow down. And let me tell you, that contrast between Emma and Meghan, it didn't go unnoticed. Not by the guests, not by the planners, not even by Meghan herself. Because guess what Meghan did when she found out about the trip? She reached out to Serena, to other women in the group. She left voice notes, sent feelers, tried to slide back in like it was all cool, but the replies, either ice-cold silence or painfully polite, "We'll catch up soon" kind of brush-offs. You know, the kind that scream, "You're not coming," but in a fancy way. And apparently during planning, one of the women even joked, "You can't party with us." They said it was a joke, but Meghan didn't laugh. She felt that slap across the face. Because let's be real, this isn't high school, this is high society. Hollywood meets royal crossover territory, and being excluded from that means something. And that's not even the beginning of her fall. See, Meghan used to be on the A-list inside group chats with Serena and a bunch of influential women. But over time, her energy, it started to wear thin. Every time someone shared something positive, Meghan would somehow twist it into a pity monologue about herself. Like, "Oh, you booked a deal? That reminds me how I was overlooked by XYZ because I'm a woman of color." You get the picture. It got so heavy, they shut down the group chat, literally closed, and started a new one without her. Even Serena, Meghan's ride or die defender of the century, started quietly pulling away. Not with drama, just boundaries. And can you blame her? Serena's living her best life now, raising her kids, building her fashion brand, investing in big moves. The last thing she needs is Meghan pulling her into yet another press circus with some podcast or Netflix truth bomb. One of Serena's business partners even said it, "If Meghan's coming, you can kiss discretion goodbye." That comment hit hard, and it stuck. The girls at Lake Como didn't want scandal. They wanted serenity. Poolside laughs, private memories, maybe a selfie or two, for personal keepsakes, not the Daily Mail. Meghan found out about the whole thing not through an invite, but through whispers, stories, conversations she wasn't a part of. And for someone who's built her entire public identity on female empowerment and inclusion, being shut out by the very circle she once saw as her tribe, that's gotta burn. But before we get too carried away, this wasn't about jealousy or mean girl drama. No, this was a boundary being drawn, Hollywood style. And if you know anything about Hollywood, you know it's not always loud. In fact, the way they shut you out, it's almost silent. No screaming, no confrontation, just no calls, no emails, ghosted. Now let's talk real tea. Meghan Markle didn't fall overnight. This wasn't one big scandal that toppled her from grace. It was a slow, steady, and kind of sad decline. Like watching someone walk out of the spotlight thinking they're still being cheered for, but the seats are empty. At first, Meghan was everywhere. Group chats buzzing with her name, producers pitching projects around her, Hollywood doors flying open. The royal rebel, the modern princess, the outsider who broke through centuries-old gates. People loved her, but over time, the vibe changed. The sympathy that once made her a global darling, it faded. Why? Because every interview, every podcast, every headline started sounding the same. Meghan mistreated. Meghan misunderstood. Meghan misrepresented. It was like she got stuck in the same chapter of her stories and refused to turn the page. And honey, Hollywood is done with reruns. Insiders say even her team, the very people paid to support her, started getting tired. Producers complained about endless creative clashes. Meghan wanted total control. She needed the narrative to be just right. But it wasn't storytelling, it was self-promotion. It was always about her. Every angle, every scene, every word, shaped to protect her image, her pain, her version. Take her Netflix deal. When it was first announced, people expected magic. It was supposed to be intimate, bold, fresh, but behind the scenes, drama, creative disagreements, projects dropped, scripts shelved, one insider spilled, "She doesn't know how to make it about the audience. It's always about her." Ouch! That kind of feedback, it's fatal in this business, especially when you're trying to be a content queen. And while Meghan kept pushing her truth, the world around her kept shifting. People wanted lightness, they wanted joy, connection, freshness. Meghan was still giving trauma talks, still riding the wave of royal rejection. But even the wave stopped crashing. Then there's the royal squad, or what's left of it. Oprah? Gayle, Tyler Perry, they're still polite, still say the right things, but the warmth is gone. There are no more big birthday tributes, no more invitations to major events. The closeness, that's been quietly replaced by distance. And it's not because they're scared of drama. Let's be honest, these are media titans. They are the drama when they want to be. But with Meghan, it's not just drama, it's brand contamination. Yes, brand contamination. That's the term one Hollywood exec allegedly used. Meghan's presence comes with too much noise, too many headlines, too many handlers, too much control. Another insider flat out said, "She's like a walking press release. Meetings with her feel like PR stunts. Conversations aren't real, they're calculated. That's the kiss of death in a world obsessed with authenticity." Meanwhile, across the pond, or across the yacht if you will, Emma Thin is flourishing, quietly, gracefully, strategically. She doesn't need Oprah interviews or Spotify exclusives. She's not chasing headlines, and ironically, that's why she gets them. Emma's playing a long game. Philanthropy, high society dinners, public appearances that ooze elegance, not controversy. She blends into the elite effortlessly because she's not trying too hard, and people are noticing. They see the contrast. Emma and Meghan, two women of color in traditionally white spaces walking completely different paths. Emma's earned her power silently. Meghan demanded it loudly. One got invited to Lake Como, the other got ghosted. And Serena? She noticed. Everyone noticed. Serena is building a legacy now. In business, motherhood, fashion, she's in her peace era. And in that era, there's no room for someone who might derail the vibe with another explosive tell-all or a PR stunt masked as speaking her truth. Someone close to Serena even said, "If Meghan comes, expect cameras and expect chaos." So when the Lake Como list was finalized, Meghan's name didn't just slip off, it was scratched out. Quietly, yes, but intentionally. Back in Montecito, Meghan didn't take the snub quietly. Sources say she was stunned. Not furious, not raging. Stunned. Like she genuinely didn't see it coming. After all the years of friendship, the high-profile support, the mutual praise, Meghan thought Serena would never leave her out. So what did she do? Exactly what you'd expect. She reached out, not just to Serena, to the other women too. Voice notes, thoughtful texts, some trying to be breezy, others fishing for clarity, hoping someone would say, "Oh no, it was just a scheduling thing. Of course you were meant to be there." And right there, right in the silence, stands Emma Thin, the woman Meghan could have been. Emma doesn't do press tours. She doesn't cry on Oprah's couch. She doesn't write memoirs about being misunderstood. She simply walks into a room and owns it. Not with noise, but with presence, with legacy, with real connection. While Meghan's trying to control headlines, Emma's writing history, quietly, elegantly, powerfully. And here's what people are whispering now, but probably won't say out loud. Emma is the anti-Meghan, and not because she wants to be, but because she just is. Where Meghan demands space, Emma commands it. Where Meghan reacts, Emma responds. Where Meghan narrates her struggle, Emma moves with silent strength, and that is who Serena and the other women want around them now. That's the energy they're curating. That's what Lake Como was about. Not luxury, not exclusivity, peace. And Meghan, she's not peaceful, not anymore. That trip, it was more than a vacation. It was a social statement, a quiet filter. And Meghan didn't pass through it. Because here's the truth no one says aloud. In the rarefied world of power, grace isn't just admired, it's required. And Meghan, in her bid to be heard, forgot that sometimes the loudest power is silence. So now she's stuck. Stuck watching her former besties build legacies without her. Stuck playing PR chess while the others sip champagne on yachts. Stuck rewriting her narrative while the world has already moved on. And no matter how many times she rebrands, reinvents, or retells, there's one thing she's quickly losing: access. And in elite circles, that's everything. Not because people hate her, not because she did something terrible, but because they're just tired, and tired people don't argue, they don't fight, they just close the door and open another one for someone who brings better energy. So while Meghan clings to relevance, Emma glides into power. While Meghan texts for clarity, Serena books another yacht without her. While Meghan crafts her next podcast episode, the group chat is lit and she's no longer in it. And that's the real heartbreak here. Not the trip she missed, not the silence in the replies, but the slow, painful realization that she's becoming a guest in a world she once thought she owned. And no curated documentary, no Instagram post, no carefully edited soundbite can change that now.